So, are you one of those, like myself, who has a very full family tree, going and looking to find holes in that tree very rarely brings you anything, and all of those seem to already have their work done for them? I know a lot of members of the church who feel kind of discouraged that they can't do family history work because they can't find any relatives to do the work for. Well, a few years back, the church came out with a descendancy or cousin research program that allows you to do the work for anyone who has a common ancestor. So I want to show a way of doing that. I've shown a couple of ways to do this in the past, but this is one I've newly discovered. On the left, I'm showing, but there is a project called the Family Bible Preservation Project. And what they've done is they've gone out and digitized a great number of personal family records, typically that are family Bible or something akin to that. And what they've done then is they've taken batches of these and they've put them in here into Family Search, and they're asking for volunteers who will go in and find the family that these relate to in the Family Search tree and associate it to them by adding a tag, which makes it a memory so that those who are doing research can see that. So, for example, I've come down to this one here. This one has multiple pages to it. The most important data that I found is an information about a marriage between Frank Wallace Hildreth and Judith May Harris. Married the 24th of June, 1961 in Brattleboro, Vermont. So the project then, if I am helping out with that, what I'm doing is I go into Family Tree and I do a find. And I'm looking for these people that are named here to see if they're in the tree, and if they are, to tag them so this becomes their memory. So Frank Wallace Hildreth is a male, and he is married to Judith May Harris. We could put in the information about the marriage, but just go and look and see what we find with this. And we find this couple that looks like that could be them. He's born in 1940. They're married in 61, so he would have been 21. So that could very well be him. If we go take a look and look at his information, there's the marriage information. You see that matches 24 June 1961 in Brattleboro, Windham, Vermont. So this is the couple. So to fulfill our duty as a person who is serving in this, we would go in and we would tag these people. So I would tag the Franklin Wallace Hildreth. Notice how that comes up. He's tagged. I would also tag Judith May Harris, and that's her, and tag her. Okay, so those two are tagged. Now if we take a look at their information, they do each have a memory that they didn't have before. Got to update his to get that, but there it is. Okay. Now, once we've done that, what I've done is looked to see whether this can lead to me having a cousin who needs to have work done for him. And you'll notice right now that he doesn't have any of his ordinances done. So that seemed pretty exciting. The one caveat here is that he was born in 1940, which is less than 110 years ago. That requires then, if we're going to do the work for them, that we have permission from the closest living relative. So we could do that. If you know how to do that, I'm not going to address that right now. What I'm looking at is what other person in this line could possibly be ready to have some work done. So if I go back to this view my relationship, actually I don't think I showed you this. So I view my relationship and I see that he is a ninth cousin, comes back through the Hale line, and he is my mom's ninth cousin. He's my ninth cousin once removed. So he's born in 1940. In 1915 is when his dad was born. He's still less than 110 years. So I want to go back one generation more to Frank Jonathan Hildreth, who is my seventh cousin, 3 times removed. And he then would also be a cousin that I could do work for. Let's go see if he needs work done. Well, he doesn't. But if we go and take a look at all of his siblings would also be my cousins. So let's take a look at the first one. And Elizabeth needs to have endowment, sealing to parents, and a spouse. If we have a female that we want to have do that proxy work, I could request that. I'm not going to because I have plenty to have others do for me. But I'm looking for a man who I could do work for. And if I look through it, Norman has been baptized, confirmed, had initiatory and endowment done, but he hasn't been sealed to his parents. So if we go and take a look at him and confirm, he is my seventh cousin 3 times removed, just like his brother was, grandfather of Frank. So I can request his work. Go into ordinances and I can request, although this has been shared with the temple system, they're allowing us now to request that and get that done. A lot of times it takes a couple of years for something that's been shared with the temple system to be done. So if we are willing to go and do the work for ourselves, we go and request it, and then we have 90 days to request it, and then you will have a name that you can take to the temple. Hopefully that's of use to some of you out there.